What's up, guys? Welcome back. As much as I complained about the shaking on the front end of the 90, what is this guy? 94. The Rhino Line 94 Magna. Yep, okay. As much as I complained about the wheel shaking up here, I feel like I put a new tire on it and it didn't fix the problem. So we're gonna go ahead and swap front wheels. See if we can fix that up. So, I know you guys like this bike, as I do, but I already sold the rear off of it. This is becoming a problem child as far as keeping running. Not sure why, we haven't investigated all of that yet. But I think this wheel and tire, oh, this is a Metzler too. So I think we're gonna swap this off, put it on the other bike, and hopefully, what is this? Metzler Marathon ME 880. Well, that'll kind of match what we have over here, won't it? I'm not even sure what's on the rear. Probably not a Metzler. No, we have a Shinko on the back. That's because this was switched. This wheel came off the Rec 97, and then I think I even put a better tire on it to see if that would fix the problem, and it did not. I know on the wrecked one, I put a different axle in. I don't think the axle ended up being the issue, so it might be this guy. So what is this? Metzler under the fender. Well, it's a 120 7017. We know that much. Metzler, okay. Tubeless. Well, it'll match up anyway. 120 7017. Let's go make sure. 120 7017, right? This one looks better. Bigger, better. This is a 120 8017. So this is going to be wider. It does look wider in this area right here. So we'll put this over. This was down on air. I went ahead and pumped it up the other day, and I think I pumped it to 38, came back and it was sitting at 28, so we're gonna pump it back up to 40. I think they're usually supposed to be right around 44. Where are we? But I like to run them around 38, maybe 40, see if it holds air. So anyway, we're gonna take this tire off. We're just gonna swap it for now. If we ever decide to get this bike running, it needs good stuff anyway. But that one's where it needs to be. There we go. Max load 42. Okay, 42. We're gonna pump it up to 40. Just see if it holds air, and work on swapping this over. There's really nothing to hurt if I want to lay this down and just pull the front wheel off. I know, there's good parts on here, but there's nothing to crack or break except for the front turn signals. So we could lay this over and not have any concerns. The other one, we're gonna have to lift up with a lift so that we're not damaging anything and doing it right. So I'm gonna take this wheel off, pump up the air. It's holding okay. It's been a while since I pumped it, so hopefully everything seals on here and we're good. Unless it's bad at the stem. That seems fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Well, I thought the tire looked good, and I did spray some soapy water around to see if I could find a leak. And then I went down here and I found this. We're gonna have to get this stem replaced, and then we should be fine. That's annoying. I can't do that myself, but at least the tire's good. See, I could probably tear that right off. There is a tear in our stem. That's where it leaked. I'm surprised it didn't all leak out. Okay, well, good to know. I don't just put this on the other bike and then have issues, so stem needs replaced. Great. Okay, I think this 87 Honda Super Magna 700 frame is completely stripped. I think I got all the little morsels out of it. There was little bushings in here, little metal sleeve on the inside. I don't see anything back there. Those guys don't come off. There's a little bushing up in here. I don't even know what that was. Engine mount bolt maybe. And we'll just take our videos. I like to knock these off just to keep those around so I don't have to remember. But I don't have a title for it anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't see anything else on here. So I think, other than the engine, I think this is scrap metal. So I will put it out by the road and it'll be gone within an hour or two. That's just how it goes around here. Show you this sticker since I'm not saving that. Oh, VF 700/750. So I think that's probably for Canada, but the color was that's probably red. So there's a bright red one at one point. Oh yeah, color R107CU. I think that's gonna be red, most likely. So I don't see anything else I need. I'm sure somebody somewhere in the world wants, I don't know, they have a rusted out tail and they'd want this cut off so I could send it to them and they could weld it on. I don't know. Not worth having it around here until I find that person. So I can go to metal scrap and I'll pop off this tag probably pretty easily. They have a little bit of sticky on them usually, but then there's these little suckers here, these little nails that you can just kind of knock through or pull this off around the nail. Sometimes it messes up the tag. There it goes. And pretty easy, especially since it's a little rusty. So goodbye VF 700C 1987 Honda Magna. If this was yours, let me know. This was built in, I can't read it, 11/86. So November 86 by Japan Honda Motor Company, and it arrived in the United States and was sold in 87 as an 87 model. There you go. Antique motorcycle archaeology. There you go. I'll check the time here. 3:21. She's ready to go. Look at that sexy frame. All right, 3:21, start the timer. While I'm at it, I mean, I already sold the back of this. I still have the tank. I wonder what this cowl, which I just took off with these two screws, this mounting stuff's probably not on the ones that don't have this, but I put the screws back in so I don't lose those. And I guess I'll pop the fender off at some point too, but those will match. But this cowl is pretty much good to go. It's kind of cool. I don't know if somebody's looking for this. I don't know what they go for, but I'll take a couple pictures. Maybe we'll find a buyer. I'm not attached to it. I do like it, so I'm not going to give it away, but I'm sure this is some sort of Honda factoring part. There's a little mount, a little nubby down there, and everything looks intact. There's the mounting points on both sides. All right, so get some pictures of this and we'll go from there. This looks way too nice to be in the scrapyard. Dang, she looks good. I'm gonna lay her down carefully on these two tires, and then I think we'll probably pull that wheel off, and while it's off, we'll take the fender off too, just to make it easier to sell it if we're going to. So anyway, wheel. I could steal a wheel off another bike, but at this point, I'm probably just gonna get this one fixed with the stem and then move on and put this on the other bike. So we need to mark that one that's bad, that bad wheel. If it's bad, we need to mark it. All I needed was a little bit of lean, and we got it. And I have access to all my stuff now. I can still take these 12 pinch bolts off, these 12mm pinch bolts off here. I need a screwdriver to hold the axle. Get the dirt out of there. Still looks good. This puppy looks great. And then 23 seems a little bit big here. 23 seems big, but I tried 21 and it doesn't fit on there. So I guess it's a 22, which is missing from my socket set. Probably because I used it. If I can find it, I'll use that. If not, I'll carefully use a 23. 22 is exactly what I need. This is a 1/2-inch drive, and I don't have that on this right now. So 22 it is, but for now, we'll just do the 12s. Man, we've been doing a lot of loosening here, not a lot of tightening. Get on, there we go. These are just to hold your axle. Whoops. These are just to hold your axle in place so that nothing falls apart while you're riding or vibrates free. Okay, now take the cap off right there. There we go. I used the giant pry bar. That's the only local to me 1/2-inch drive thing. So once you get that loose, it basically just screws out at the cap. It's a bolt, but it just kind of screws in the other side of the axle. And now, if I'm not mistaken, the axle should just pull out through. Careful, because you're going to have your speedo sensor right there. And that's going to fall out. I think there's a spacer. Yep, there's a spacer on this side. So don't lose any of that. We're not working in the grass now, but we do have a bunch of junk on here. Yeah, it's just my pad. This was built for a dog run, but you can obviously see that we're making good use of it now. So I'll get a screwdriver and start to work this out of here. All right, so now I just push the screwdriver through here, start working it back and forth and pulling out as we go, and she's free. So remember, she's already through here. So you're gonna have this, see the lip on the outside? I think that's how it's supposed to be, because the inside would not have that. See, it fits in the wheel bearing, I guess. So that's gonna start falling out. I don't know if I can get it out of there without moving the wheel. But as you pull through, there you go. There's a front axle for your 3rd gen Magna. And then make sure I'll put all this stuff back on this thing so I don't lose it. Put your spacer on here and then screw your bolt in the end, so as to not misplace anything. I think the easiest thing is going to be to take our fender off. It looks like I got a 5 hex here, and I can't tell what's on the inside. It feels like just a stud. So if I can keep that from spinning, these bolts will come out. This is nice because usually there's a bolt on the inside that you have to work off. So I wonder if I can just get these bolts out, and then all this comes free from the outside. It looks like it. Must be a bracket in there. I think I've taken these off before, and there's a bracket on the outside here, and then I think there's just a bracket on the inside. I think. I should have spun that out a little further, but now it's catching there because it let down, put weight and pressure on it. All right, so we'll get these out, and then I think the fender will come off, and then I can easily get my tire free without even moving the bike. There we go. There's the bracket on the inside. As I thought, there was bolts integrated to that. Here's our outer mounts, and that's for your brake line right there. That's for your brake line. And then, yeah, so I guess I should put these into there so I don't lose them. And now our tire, other than the brake, which is still, oh yeah, that's right, I can't just lift this out of here because the brake's still attached to it. Well, that stinks. Okay, what are those, 12s or 14s? All right, still 12s. Okay, I can pop that off quick and easy and then get this free. Well, that was kind of a little bit of a fail. Once I got that tire and the brake off, the whole bike shifted back off the tire because I guess this was holding it up. I should have had it a little bit further. So we're actually pretty sturdy. We're resting on the front shocks and resting on the tires, and on this side we have the kickstand still down. So she's good. I'll just throw a tire or a tarp over it and let her here till I get a different wheel on the front. What we could do over here is continue parting out this bike, since this is a parts bike, and then steal the wheel off of that front. But now I kind of made a blockade here, and it's not going to be so easy Not gonna be so easy. There's a Super Magna here, 2 Super Magnas there. Just to check this out, I filled it up to 40 and we'll see how it fares over time. But right now, 40 PSI.